Okay. This is George Christ, Pendleton, Indiana, and joining me today from Anderson, Indiana, via Skype is Shawn Neal. Hi, Shawn.
Hey, George. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you on this Saturday?
Doing great. Enjoying the rainy weather outside.
Oh, it's been raining all day here in Madison County. I'm telling you, this part of Indiana. But wow. Okay, we're still good. I'm with Shawn Neal, who is the founder of Anderson Creative Solutions, LLC, and co-founder and developer of and development director of Connect Madison County over in Anderson. Thanks, Shawn. What's going on over in Anderson today?
Quite a bit. I just got back from Mounds Mall, where they've got an event going on over there, being put together by the Leadership Academy of Madison County. So if this probably won't be out in time enough for that, but there's that going on. There is Winterfest just happened yesterday. You got a ton of things going on here.
Well, I tell you, Anderson really is starting to pick up nicely over there. As I remember, back in early 2008, Anderson was really starting to come on nicely, and then in October of 2008, we had the recession and just kind of pulled the rug out from underneath them. But now things are really starting to pick up nicely over there. There's several businesses coming in to Anderson. One of them is Impact Container, Honda, a Honda supplier, and perhaps a big baseball stadium. This is pretty great, isn't it?
There's a lot of development, and that's kind of what's been unique about Connect Madison County is getting under the surface of what we may not see on a daily basis, to find that there are really, really great things, and not just since 2008. I mean, these things have been under the surface the whole time, and it's just the amount of exposure that they've had has been minimal. So, yeah, it's really neat to see a lot of these things that you mentioned really starting to come to fruition, and a lot of hard work on some people's effort pay off.
We're here today to talk primarily, and let me get us up here, about Connect Madison County. For those folks who may not know yet and may not know what Connect Madison County is all about, won't you tell us a little bit about yourself and Connect Madison County?
Well, you know, Connect it's a very simple concept, but it stems from a need from a very complex problem, and that is that our entire media outlet from its inception has been built around a model of selling a product. And you know, the internet has drastically changed, as you know, George, drastically changed that landscape. You know, and so we're dealing in an age of technology where, quite frankly, if I can quote someone from, I believe it was the Wall Street Journal, who had said that, you know, they're now finding stories on Twitter and via social networks quicker than they, as the Wall Street Journal, can get that out in print. So, yeah, we have to look at that, and I think maybe we're in an opportunity point where we can become a more responsible media outlet, given the fact that we don't have to sensationalize or hype stories to, you know, break the latest news out there.
Right.
Everyone's kind of become that newscaster now.
Yes, you have. Now, the Connect Madison County website, this you just updated that, didn't you? It's new, or what's going on?
Well, we've went through 2 transitional phases, right. And we're headed into our third. The first was basically learning the landscape, understanding what our community would accept, what it wouldn't accept, what it needed, and what it didn't need.
Right.
The second version of that was released in May of 2012, excuse me. And in that version, you saw a lot of those changes that our readers had had asked for. So as we move and continue to move forward, we're consistently taking in that data, understanding what our users are doing, and trying to mold and become better servants to them.
Again, I'm with Shawn Neal, who is, we're talking about Connect Madison County. That's housed out of Anderson, Indiana. When folks visit Connect Madison County, the website, or they visit your Facebook page, which is really booming over there, what are they going to find?
You're going to find all positive stories, information, podcast, anything that has got the positive feel to it. And, an interesting dynamic, if you want to look at it this way, you can have one story and literally 50 to 100 different ways of viewing that, i.e. a business moving into Anderson, getting a tax abatement. Could be one angle that you take on that, and of course that stirs up some hard feelings. The process is going to happen with or without those hard feelings. So we won't take that angle. We'll look at it from a more economic development standpoint and take it from the aspect of how that provides so many opportunities for our community, and we choose to promote those. So those are the kinds of things you're going to find on there.
Right. Well, that's what I've been seeing. You just did a really nice story about the pet food pantry over there. I looked at that earlier today. Some of the things that people running into with finding information, so many local newspapers and beyond have gone to a paywall format where folks are having to pay a fee to get information. Now, is there a fee to look at Connect Madison County?
Not currently. There's not. Not currently. Right now, that information is free and supported by our sponsors, who we are very thankful for their advertisements and sponsorship. But yeah, that keeps it free at this point for our readers.
Okay. Well, Shawn, we really appreciate you hooking up today. And now you cover all Madison County, correct?
Yeah, and let me go ahead and if I can, maybe expand on that a little bit. Because in the traditional news source, we're not actually out doing a whole lot of canvassing, looking for stories. The glory and the beauty about what we've done is we've created a platform for folks to bring their information to us. And then we can disseminate that to the greater masses. So that leaves us in a position to really take a nice, wholehearted, wholesome approach to who we do interact with and who we do actually bring in as a quote-unquote story, where we focus a lot of resources into making sure that gets put out. Probably 75 to 80% of the articles and commentary that you see on Connect is brought to us by those individuals. So that speaks a lot for our community. Super. Yeah.
So if someone has an event or they want to get some information out, they can just come to the website, or do they email you something? How does that work?
They can email press release at connectmadisoncounty.com. Pretty simple. Okay. And also on the website, there's a contact us button right up there that you can do. The nice thing about that, we've got a great dedicated staff of folks that watch those as they come in. Nothing is blindly posted, so there's research done to make sure that the event is what it says it is, or so on and so forth. So, there was an old story I like to tell about. I was younger and I applied for a job via a newspaper ad that I found, and it was and I'll put the air quotes there, it was a sales and marketing job. Yeah. And it was in Muncie, so I drove all the way to Muncie at 19 years old and found out I was going to have to go door to door, so selling vacuum cleaners. So with that being said, we try to do a little bit of due diligence on everything that comes in and make sure if we don't know the source that we do some follow-ups and get all the details first before we post that.
Absolutely. I've got some of that over here too from time to time. So, okay. Well, again, Shawn, I appreciate you joining us today. Now,
thank you.
Down below this story, if you don't mind, I'll put a link to your website and a link to your Facebook page so folks can get a a holdout user. What you doing the rest of the weekend, man?
Oh my goodness, my I actually had an AU intern that we're working with out. So can I shadow you for a week? And I'm like, if you feel like you can keep up, because I can barely keep up.
Yeah.
My weeks are usually they start about 9 a.m. and don't end until about 7,
Yep.
and they're full of meetings day in and day out. So that's pretty much a typical week, and that's what next week looks like.
Well, very cool, man. You got a great thing going on over there, and
Thank you.
really a great thing for the area, giving it a boost and just getting the information out about what's going on in Anderson, Indiana. It's a great town. It's
Yeah, well,
coming.
exactly, and likewise, George. I mean, you do wonderful work over there in Pendleton. That's why I keep saying we should definitely work together.
Well, I'm sure we will, and we cross paths quite often, Neil. And unlike the local newspaper, we don't mind sharing things.
Not at all.
And so, all right. Well, I hope you have a great weekend, and hope we get to do this again down the way. Oh, by the way, want to talk just a little bit about your participation in the South Manny Community Council over here in Pendleton. That's a neat organization that's picking up, and really glad you're a part of that too.
Thank you. We doing what we do, we sit in on a lot of meetings throughout Madison County just like that, and it's really neat when you see 10, 15, 20 people gather together. Every single one of them are passionate about the community, about what they do. And again, they're those unsung heroes that do all the good things. So, it's an honor to be a part of that group.
Yep. It's really a good thing, and so many people participating in those kind of organizations today, including yourself. Okay. Well, we hope you have a great weekend. And again, Shawn, appreciate you taking the time to share your story about Connect Madison County.
Right. Thank you so much, George. I appreciate the opportunity.
All right. Have a great weekend.
You too, my friend.
Thanks a lot.